and welcome back to it's not special who would win, but it is a who would win. Like I said, I wanted to fill out the remainder of the days. 3 days till the end of, 3 days into the next week till the end of the month. So I figured just round out the week of who would win, like I kind of normally do. This comes to us from, was it Cameron? Calmera Johnson. Or Calmera. What's the question? Who would win a fight? Scarlet Witch or Bloom from Winx Club? Now, I'm going to put a poll up later issuing a question dealing with the who would wins. Not anything negative. I'm just going to ask you guys your input. And that's when I'm maybe going to inform a decision I make at the end of the month for the next week of who would win going forward. And the reason for that is, okay, really? Okay, Bloom from Winx Club is a fairy of fire. Not a fairy, sorry, she's a witch. Let me actually get Bloom's description up here. Bloom, Winx, let's see here. Winx Club. She is, boom, is the fairy of the dragon flame. She is Prince Sky's fiance, and I gotta let the dog out for a second. Go make babies and poop-poops. She is the fiance of some guy whose name is now blocked because an ad on the site is blocking my view. She's one of the founding members of the Winx Club, and she's recognized as a leader of the group, which signifies her status as the central protagonist of the series. Her her magical abilities consist mainly of the power to manipulate the dragon's flame. She's a fairy of the dragon's flame, has fire-based powers where she can her spells manifest in the form of dragon fire, fireballs, fire beams, firestorms, explosions, and various intensities. She's displayed fire-based defensive spells such as fire walls and flame shields. She can spontaneously generate and manipulate heat. And should note that fire and heat are not the same thing. Heat is basically temperature differentiating differences, whereas fire is actually a state of matter. It's plasma technically. And it's all a matter of manipulating matters, not frequency, but molecules, vibrating molecules to a certain degree until they basically kind of just explode. But she can manipulate and spontaneously generate heat. That in theory could include, but not be limited to, things like radiation, pure light, hellfire in theory, anything that produces heat in theory. At the beginning of the series, she mainly uses this to bombard her opponents with fireballs of varying intensity sizes. She soon learns to ignite large wildfires and control dangerous infernos by thought. Other related abilities are throwing blasts of heat energy, using fire as shields and force fields, causing objects to become soft and melt, using fire to fly. She can summon the essence of the great dragon or a fire dragon to damage her target. Bloom also knows some basic first level spells that all fairies can use, such as telekinesis, transmuting objects, and fixing minor messes. The intensity of her strength is proportional to her emotional state. One second. I'm looking here for anything that would be a very important thing, or would be major to bring up. I mean, there's Dark Bloom with the same power skip, but also using dark magic. So now you have Dark Fire. Other than that, she has been shown with empathic abilities like seeing people's true natures. She also has a mental connection with her elder sister. Doesn't really matter. Like all fairies, and witches, she can sense different magical traits, but on a much stronger level, as she is able to bypass cloaking spells, along with being one of the very few magic beings in the universe capable of sensing magic across other dimensions. The sensory power includes very life force of magical creatures, as she was able to sense that pixies were in another dimension despite not being able to sense their magic alone. She displays the ability to project her spiritual flame into the minds of others, allowing her to sense the essence, but at risk of her physical body being harmed. So Bloom is actually pretty powerful. I'll admit, I seem to have downplayed her over the years. I'm not obviously a Winx Club fan, but still. Now, I say all this because, Calmera, what did you think was going to happen when you put a pretty powerful fire witch against the freaking Nexus being the Scarlet Witch? I'm not really trying to mock you. I'm not, but this is a curb stomp. This is one of the curbiest stomps that has ever stomped the curb. Wanda is literally, with a word and a phrase, wiped out 99% of the mutant population, rewriting reality. She is a being who can literally just rewrite reality on a whim, affect probability, has basic magic powers as well that are amped to a huge degree, as she is a Nexus being and exists pretty much in the same state in every form of reality. She's also extremely mentally unstable, and all she would have to do is say no more fire, and that's it. Like, Bloom's done. Like, there's someone like Doctor Strange is capable of beating Wanda because he's a lot more experienced. He's powerful too, but he's a lot more experienced than Wanda, so he's able to overwhelm her, outsmart her, and out-strategize her. Whereas Bloom is young. Sure, she might be a good leader and maybe be able to strategize, but she just does not have the power to do anything against this character. The real truth is Bloom has apparently such a magical sense that the moment she actually sensed what Wanda was throwing down, she would back up and be like, I cannot take, no. Like, Bloom would probably be like, no. Nope. So, yeah, like, Wanda is like a beast unto herself when it comes to magical characters in any continuity. So I'm gonna go with Wanda here. This really wouldn't be much of a fight. Any attack thrown at her by Bloom would be either redirected, negated, transmuted into something else, or ultimately, or it might hit Wanda. She'd be hurt, but she'd just then snap her out of existence, or snap her like a twig, or remove all of her powers, or turn her into a frog. I don't know. Like, the sky's the limit with what Wanda could actually do to her. And because this isn't like someone like Doctor Strange, who could honestly probably do just about anything that Bloom could do. And then some. He has a vast variety of spells. Her powers are really just allocated to fire, and that's it. If she had a bit more variety, she could probably last a little longer, because she could, confuse Wanda to the best of her ability. But unless she has something to either counter Wanda's magic or just overpower Wanda, period. And while Wanda is powerful, she is not the end-all be-all of power in the Marvel Universe. So unless you can do something along those lines, either outsmarting and tricking, or just overpowering her, you're not going to really be able to beat Wanda in a straight-out fight. Just not going to happen. And Bloom is nowhere near that level of power. She cannot rewrite reality just with a phrase. She can't do that. So ultimately, yeah, Wanda gonna take that fairy and snuff out her flame. But look, this is just my opinion. We all have opinions. What's your opinion? If you legitimately think Bloom could win, let me know. But I do not think she can win. That's just my thought. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know what the review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I'll see you next time.